Hi-ho, Tudor-minded people. It's Philadelphia Carrie for Tudor Time Machine. The word I share with you this week is superserviceable. Dearest Tudorphiles, I have told you tales of how much I must endure with my maid Jane. And yet I tell you true, I have tried to forbear, for she has a wit, reads well, and is no candle waster. And she has yet another talent, quelle memory! When I sweep myself into the hall for a dance or a banquet, many a lady rushes to greet me, and the hurly-burly bedazzles my eyes and boggles my brain. Who is this lady? I query myself. Where did I last see this gentleman? I wonder. My noddle drains, and my heart pounds. Do not sit in judgment as if you are Jove, Tudorphiles. 'Tis no easy task to remember all. Do you believe that I may simply say, my lady or my lord? I cannot. The address to a noble must be uttered with precision. To follow my lord or my lady with their given name is an unheedy faux pas. My lady must be followed by name of the place where the person resides as lord or lady. I will teach you the way. If you meet a lady called Lady Burleigh, you must know that her given name is Mildred Cecil, but also that she is the Baroness Burleigh and wife to William Cecil, great adviser to my wise queen. Oh my, to match the face to the name and to the locality is a Herculean task. Yet to miss a name would be a stain upon my soul and show myself without a sense of duty. I do wonder at this turn of fate, that impish Jane is the muse of memory. She stands behind me and whispers in my ear the correct way to address whomever stands before me. I should thank her for this service, but I tell you true, it vexes me. She preens at her genius and is superserviceable, whispering, "There is Baroness Hudson," as if I cannot name my own mother. Chit.
Superserviceable. How now, Tudorphiles? What think you? If you're new here, I'm Gage.
I'm Jessica.
And we're here with Philadelphia Carrie for Tudor Word of the Week.
Don't miss a word, and listen to the Tudor Time Machine Story Project. Oh, it's so diverting. And I pray you, please tell a ninkle. And while you're there, ring the little YouTube bell. It's so easy to do.
How do you spell our Tudor Word of the Week, Philadelphia?
It is spelled Superserviceable.
Superserviceable. And it means that you're offering more service than is needed, being overly helpful and intrusive, and a little bit officious.
So when I heard the word, it sounded to me like it should be an app, like Superserviceable, we'll get you anything you want at any time. But it doesn't mean that at all. It's actually got a kind of a negative connotation.
It's more like being pushy. But Philadelphia, I think you're being unfair to Jane. She's teasing you.
Teasing me? That I do not recognize my own mother?
Yes, that you're so very important, and you must greet so many courtiers that you don't recognize your own mother.
Indeed, my dear Gage, I believe you are being superserviceable, and no one wants a superserviceable servant.
I'm not. I'm being sympathetic to you. It's difficult to remember how everyone should be addressed.
Well, now we barely use formal addresses. I mean, maybe Mr. or Ms. or Doctor, but that's it. In the 16th century, there were so many ways to address somebody.
Philadelphia, what address do you use the most? Is Lord and Lady the most common?
A lord and lady are never common.
All right. So when should you use Lord and Lady, Philadelphia?
Why, for any high noble, but not for a knight, no. And your grace is for those of the highest rank, those in direct royal line.
So how do you address a knight? I've read they can be addressed Sir Knight. Is that the right way?
Indeed it is. You may use sir to address a knight, but also to address a fellow of equal rank to yourself.
And what about merchants or just other regular people? Do you have a form of address for them?
I don't know if Philadelphia would know it. Wouldn't she send a servant to speak to a regular person?
I think that's probably true.
I do indeed speak to so-called regular people on occasion. and I would use the correct form to address them. I would call a merchant master, and if I thought much of him, I would use his first and last name. Thus, Master Thomas Goldsmith. I do admire goldsmiths, and how a merchant would glow if I gave him such respect. I deport myself with grace. I would never call a man sirrah or a woman wench. Such would be a grave offense.
I think if I ever have the opportunity to travel back to the 16th century, I will need your Jane to help me address everyone correctly and not insult anyone.
But the Tudor playwrights were great at hurling zingers and turning these forms of politeness on their heads. Our Tudor word of the week is in King Lear, one of our super favorite plays, and it's part of a blistering insult. When Lear decides to step down as king and intends to divide his kingdom, very few courtiers remain loyal to him. But one that does is Kent.
Yes, Kent wants to defend Lear. I love the character of Kent. Anyway, he knows Lear's daughter Goneril is scheming to get the throne and that she has a servant who is duplicitous and ready to kill, and his name is Oswald. And Kent cannot bear this man, and he lets loose one of Shakespeare's most famous insults. What does Kent say to Oswald, Philadelphia?
Kent says, "Thou art a knave, a rascal, an eater of broken meats, a base, proud, shallow, beggarly, three-suited, 100-pound, filthy, worsted stocking knave, a lily-livered, action-taking knave, a whoreson, glass-gazing, superserviceable, finical rogue, one trunk-inheriting slave, one that wouldst be abhorred in way of good service, and art nothing but the composition of a knave, beggar, coward, pander, and the son and heir of a mongrel bitch, one whom I will beat into clamorous whining if thou deniest the least syllable of thy addition." Oh, the talent of William Shakespeare! Would I could insult with so many words.
Shakespeare covers a lot of ground with this insult.
Kent insults Oswald's mother, his social standing, the food he eats, the clothes he wears, the way he speaks. It's really cruel, but the way Shakespeare goes on, it's a bit playful too. I mean, not for the character, but for the audience.
I agree. It's so over the top. It's a bit fun. I mean, everyone loves a Shakespearean insult.
No one loves a Shakespearean insult if it is directed at their own person. On-stage insults and super-serviceable servants may be droll, but I would not have either in my orbit. So give heed, Tudorphiles. Add some 16th century sauce to your vocabulary with Superserviceable. It's not an app, it's a word. Listen in next time. Don't miss a word. Subscribe on YouTube and give me a like.